I'm going to go overtime intentionally so I can get a hug from Robin.
Oh, I'll give you one for free.
Oh, what's that? It's going to be HR? I like HR, but I thought it worked that Robin gives a hug to the men and the gay women and HR, you know.
Put a plug in for yourself for the 26th.
Okay, yeah, everybody caught that right. I'm going to be the host at Johnny D's on the 26th, where the theme is horrified. Be there or be square, aloha. But tonight, we have to attend to the matter at hand. Early 80s, Pacific Northwest, my sister and I are traveling. Interestingly enough, Ben, her car, I'm behind the wheel. But she's in the passenger seat. It's the end of the first day of travel of a 2-day trip. We're going to visit friends of hers. We're en route from her place in Seattle to a place in Oregon. It's far enough that we're making a 2-day trip out of it. And we're looking for the place where we're going to spend the night, recommended by her friends. Partly because it's a campground, it's free, and partly because it's the exact halfway point of the trip. Okay, fine. So this place is what you'd call a no-frills campground. It's got no management. It's got no amenities. In fact, it's got no facilities. It's just guerrilla camping, pure and simple. And it's this place called Clutchie Creek. So we're out here, we're on the road, it's getting late in the day, and we're looking for Clutchie Creek. And my sister is beginning to get a little bit anxious. Now, I don't know how many of you camp, but it's nice to get there far enough before sunset that you can cook dinner, you can set up the tent, you don't have to do it by headlights, you don't have to do it by flashlight. So we're driving along, and I don't get too anxious about much. And we're driving along, and it's this road through the woods, and there's a lot of woods, and there's not much else. There's no habitation, there's no civilization. We're driving along, there's no signs of civilization, there's no signs of actually no signs. There's nothing. We're just driving along, and finally we see a sign up ahead, and I go, oh, okay, here, you know, maybe, because we're just wondering, where is Clutchie Creek? And the sign by the side of the road says, continue straight ahead to see the world's largest Sitka spruce tree. And I said, and my sister said, don't think about it. She was thinking, of course, about my legendary propensity toward delay and diversion, but she was dead set on finding Clutchie Creek. So we continued driving, and there was just this stretch of road that was uncomfortably long, and we saw nothing. I wouldn't have been surprised if I saw a sign up ahead that said nothing, 5 miles. So we're continuing on, and then we do finally see another sign, and this sign says, turn right ahead to see the world's largest Sitka spruce tree. I said, you know, we're out here in the middle of nowhere, right? There's not much going on, you know, and when am I going to get another chance to see the world's largest Sitka spruce tree? I have no idea what a Sitka spruce tree looks like, but, you know, I figure, well, this is a chance. And my sister says, no, don't do it. We have to find Clutchie Creek. It's getting late. I said, look, I was in the driver's seat, figuratively and literally, and I said, we're going to go do it. My sister said, don't you dare. There was a turn up ahead. I took it. My sister said, go back. We can't do this. We don't have time. So I'm driving along on this dirt road that's getting narrower and narrower and more remote. And I figured, well, you know, I'm turning. The tree will be there. We'll look at it. We'll go back out. But there was no sign of this tree. We just continued on farther and farther down this road that was getting narrower. The trees were starting to lean in on us. I was wondering if the car was going to fit through at some point up the road ahead. Now, my outward nonchalance was beginning to be challenged. And I was starting to have second thoughts about this too. And I thought, I wonder how this is going to turn out. I wonder if this is actually going to materialize, this tree, you know, and where we're going to spend the night. And I said, well, you know, we could spend the night, and worst comes to worst, find a hotel room somewhere. My sister said, we haven't seen a hotel in 2 hours. And I thought, I wonder if my sister's ever going to forgive me. When there was a little rise in the road up ahead, and a fence that was on both sides of the road running perpendicular to it, and posted by the fence was a sign. And as we pulled on it close enough to read it, I began to laugh, and my sister let out an exasperated sigh as we both realized that this sign would very likely be the last one we would see this evening, and that we needed to see no more. Welcome, the sign proclaimed, to Clutchie Creek, home of the world's largest Sitka spruce.